Hello everyone, it's Enigma here, and welcome back to another video talking about some more leaked information stuff. Now, I know I don't like to pay attention to the text leaks and stuff, but I think these types of text leaks are an exception. Now, before I show the information, I want to clarify that some of these may contain spoilers. So if you really don't want to be spoiled, I highly suggest you click off this video before I get into any information because, you know, for all we know, this could really be the final roster of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So if you really don't want to be spoiled, I highly suggest you click off this video. But with that out of the way, now, we're just gonna go right into this, because I just want to talk about it. So, here's the leak. So, as you can see on the top, it says translation. Now, the original post was all in Japanese. However, thanks to translators, they were able to translate everything this guy said, and what the characters he is referring to. So, this was a few days after Joker was revealed for Smash, after Smash was released and after Joker was revealed. So this was when we already knew about Joker, but, you know, he's talking about why they were included and stuff like that. And there was also a leak, that I kind of talked about a little bit yesterday, about how this guy basically was saying, about, like, oh, Erdrick's gonna be in Smash, and, you know, there's gonna be, like, a stage based on, I can't think of what it was called, but a stage, and, you know, Slime was gonna appear. This is from the same guy that predicted Erdrick. I think it's the same guy. It may not be, but I'm pretty sure it's from the same guy. And he said that basically all these characters are going. Okay, let's just read. So basically, 1, Joker. Persona 5R will be released in the first half of 2019. It's already been confirmed that Joker's in the game, so let's keep reading. Erdrick, Roto's name overseas. In Lucia in 11, Luminary's name in Japan as palette swaps. Not just Dragon Quest XI's, but past Dragon Quest series will be released in 2019. Okay, he's in to promote Dragon Quest franchise overseas. Dragon Quest XI's will be published by Nintendo. I think Erdrick's a lock, so I don't really think there's much to say there. Now let's move on. Ryu Hayabusa. There is a project ongoing for Ninja Gaiden's 30th anniversary. New game comes out in 2019. Not sure if it's brand new or not. Okay. For Steve. He will be announced in E3 2019. Alex in Master Chief skin as palette swaps. He was supposed to be in the base roster, but sent to the DLC for Minecraft Dungeons promotion. And 5 Marine from Doom. He will be announced in E3 2019. Doom 64 costume as palette swap. Promotion for Doom Eternal. So, yeah, according to this guy, all of these characters are going to be in the game. And I'm going to give my opinion on each of the characters and what I think about their inclusion. Erdrick and Joker. I've talked about Joker in the past. I'm totally fine with his inclusion. I think he'll be a really fun character to play as, and I can't wait for when he releases, whenever that's going to be. Erdrick, I talked about him yesterday. I think he will be cool as long as they don't make him just another generic sword fighter. As long as they make him interesting, then I'll be all down for that. And besides, I personally believe Dragon Quest needs a lot more love. Like, Dragon Quest is so underrated. I've never played a Dragon Quest game, but from what I've heard about Dragon Quest, you know, I've heard a lot of great things about the games, and it just sucks that, you know, it's not getting a lot of, you know, presence in the West, whereas in Japan, it's like one of the biggest games out there. But like here in the West, like you hear no one talking about Dragon Quest. I mean, if you would bring up Dragon Quest to someone, they will probably be like, what's that? But in Japan, pretty much almost everyone knows what Dragon Quest is in Japan. So it would not surprise me if Erdrick gets in. And, you know, I think it would be an amazing idea to, you know, promote Dragon Quest. Ryu Hayabusa. Now this is a shocking inclusion. He is basically one of those fighting game characters, but he comes from Ninja Gaiden. Now, this is a surprise pick, and I would have never predicted that they would choose Ryu Hayabusa. And if you think about it, though, this actually makes a whole lot of sense. If you guys aren't aware, Sakurai was originally planning on putting Heihachi from Tekken in Smash 4, but because Sakurai said he wanted more like fighting game originated characters in Smash, and I think he turned it down because I think he said that Heihachi would just be too boring and, you know, just not as interesting as like other characters. So then he just went with Ryu from Street Fighter, which honestly that makes a whole lot more sense, seeing how like Ryu is basically like the icon of fighting games. But Ryu Hayabusa, that's surprising. I only wonder how they will make the difference from Ryu to Ryu, similar to Roy to Roy. Like yeah, it's funny because the announcer for both of the Roys, he's like Roy, and then Roy. Like I'm wondering if he's gonna go like Ryu or Ryu. Oh, that's funny, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna like to see Ryu Hayabusa. However, they could just refer to him in this game as Hayabusa instead of just mixing us up with like two Ryus. But yeah, I think that will be really cool to see Ryu Hayabusa. I think it'll be really cool. Steve. This is like the only character in this league that I actually don't really like that much. Because, I'll be honest, okay? I'll be honest. It's not that I hate Minecraft. In fact, I actually have played Minecraft before, and it's actually not really a bad game. But the thing is that I just feel like it's just way too overrated. Like, seriously. Like, there's so much games like Minecraft, and, you know, and it's not like Minecraft is, like, the best of them all. Like, Minecraft is okay, but it's not like anything I'm just gonna sit there for hours on. And, you know, Steve, you know, I honestly wouldn't mind Steve if it wasn't for the toxic fans of Minecraft. I mean, again, you know, Smash has its share of toxic, you know, fans, but it's different for Minecraft. Minecraft is one of the most toxic gaming communities I have ever heard of. If you say anything bad, even the smallest thing bad about Minecraft, they will literally attack you. And if Steve gets into Smash, I'm honestly gonna be scared to see what the Smash community will turn into. I feel like it's just gonna be a bunch of 5-year-olds who are just gonna be playing as Steve, and, you know, I'm just scared of what the Smash community will turn into. And it does make sense because Minecraft is the second most popular game in the world, only behind Tetris, but Steve, it's just like, I mean, if this leak does turn out to be true, it works for the Master Chief fans. I mean, of course, there's going to be some people upset because, you know, Master Chief is in as a skin, but, you know, I mean, at least there is Master Chief representation. And, you know, Steve, he does make sense. I just worry about the community and what it will turn into if he gets into Smash. However, on a more positive note on Steve's inclusion, I know a lot of people would rather have Banjo, including myself, but I will be honest though, I would love to see how Nintendo will fit Steve into Smash. Like, I'm just curious how he would fit in this game and how he would work. Like, I'm pretty curious what they would do with Steve in this game, but quite honestly, just because of the community and toxicity of the Minecraft fan base, that worries me about Steve, and I would much rather have Banjo, and honestly, I still believe Banjo is getting in, because literally, there's rare spirits. There are rareware spirits, and I will say that there's some stuff in the Steve part of this leak that makes me believe that it's not real. And I will talk about that later on. And lastly, Marine from Doom. He will be in, I already read that. Marine from Doom, aka Doom Guy or Doomslayer. honestly, this is probably my favorite character out of the rumored characters. I personally, it's just because, like, I wonder how, they would make this guy, a guy who literally rips people's heads apart and is just so gory of a character, in a fighting game that has Mario, Link, Pikachu, and Kirby. Like, that would be hilarious. And I would love to see what they do with, Doom Guy. And, it would just be, it's just kind of curious what they would do with him. And honestly, from what this guy says, it actually makes a whole lot of sense. Now, I think this could make a whole lot of sense because Doom Eternal is obviously coming up. People are so excited for this game. And, it just makes sense to, hey, since people are excited, how about let's throw the Doom guy in there as, like, a funny character. And I'm just really curious. I'm more curious about how they fit Doom guy than Steve. Like, I would love to play Doom guy. I honestly believe he'd be one of my favorite characters, just because I feel like he'd just be one of those fun characters to play as. I just would love to see what they do with him. So if this leak is true, I hope that, Doom Guy isn't. Because that would be amazing. That would actually be kind of badass. Now that I'm done with this leak, now I kind of hinted while I was reading this leak that I don't believe it. And I don't believe this leak. And I'm going to talk about why. And it's in the Steve portion of this rumor. Now, I feel like this guy is trying to go all out there, and, the fact that Joker was already confirmed before this guy made this thing. And he said Erdrick because Erdrick was one of the most highly speculated characters even back then. So, I do feel Erdrick's getting in. Joker is already obviously in. And, Persona 5R, this was made. This was made before that one leaker. However, I think Persona 5R was, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was heavily rumored before this guy before any of the Smash leakers said anything about Persona 5 and anything like Joker and stuff. I think Persona 5R was already rumored. So, yeah, and I don't know if this is the same guy, but the other guy said that Grand Blue Fantasy, there'd be a fighting game for that game. And honestly, like, that was revealed too. I don't think this was the same. I don't know. Tell me in the comments down below, but I don't know if this is the same guy. Now, a part of the Steve portion that really makes me believe that this is not real. There was a tweet by the creator of, I think it was the creator of Halo, and someone asked him if Master Chief was in Smash at all. And he said, no, Master Chief is not in Smash. Now, of course, he could have been just saying, not like an actual full-fledged playable Master Chief. But I feel like he still shouldn't have said anything if there was Master Chief in at all. Because, and there's a Master Chief skin that still kind of feels like you're playing as Master Chief. And honestly, I feel like, even if he wasn't fully fledged playable, I still feel like he shouldn't have said that he's not playable at all, because obviously if this leak turns out to be true, then he is playable as a palette swap. So that's something to take note of. Now, another thing is that it's hard for me to believe leaks that know too much, because this part makes me really suspicious. He said he was supposed to be in the base roster, but sent to the DLC for Minecraft Dungeons promotion. Now, it just makes me really hard to believe leaks that, go too much in detail. Like, how does he know that much about the game? Is he, like, that much of an insider and knows basically everything that Nintendo does without them revealing things? Like, I don't know, but it's really hard for me to believe that part. And overall, I'm just having a hard time believing leaks as it is. Now, the data mine leak that happened basically around the same time as this leak, that's different because that's actually real. That's actually real files. So, like, how can you fake a data mine? But this can always easily be faked. This could always be just some guy on the internet just spewing out random crap to get attention. And, you know, I think he's trying to not be safe because, you know, if you're playing it too safe, then it's most likely not real. But if you're not playing it safe, then you know, you're gonna have people speculate. And honestly, I just think it's just some guy thinking of just wild characters that would be amazing in Smash, except for Steve. I mean, I would not like Steve in Smash. But that's just my opinion, though. If you guys want Steve, that's totally fine, but that's just my opinion. And, you know, I think anyone can fake this. Like, I find it hard to believe that someone would know that much information about the game and stuff. And after the Grinch leak, I can't believe any leaks are real at this point. Like, honestly, I was for certain that leak was legit. I honestly thought that leak was real, and it turned out it was not at all. And, you know, like, I still don't understand how they faked it. And I'm still waiting for that guy that made that leak to come out and say how he created it. Because I'm still shocked. And I'm still mind-boggled how he was able to pull that off so well, make it so believable. And in the end, it just turns out to all be fake. I have no idea how he did that. But I really, you know, after the Grinch leak, it's hard for me to believe any leaks are real. No, and here's a lesson that a lot of people need to learn. No matter how real a leak may... Like, this is something we should have learned after the Grinch leak. Hell, probably even after the Rayman leak from the Smash 4 days. Here's the lesson. No matter how real a leak may look, it could always, always, always be faked. You never know when something can be faked like this. And, you know, that's something I learned from the Grinch leak, personally, is that now I personally just have a hard time believing any leaks right now. Because anything can be faked, no matter how real it may look. And, you know, yes, I think the guy is, you know, picking out wild guesses to make us, like, actually think, hey, maybe this guy might actually be credible. But I think it might be just messing with our heads. And honestly, it's just... right now, it's hard for me to believe leaks. So, honestly, I believe the Erdrick data mine. Because, you know, it was evidence that the Erdrick's data mine, and honestly, Erdrick was already speculated highly enough before this post was even made. So I think he was being safe with Erdrick, since a lot of people are pretty much expecting him. But he chose, like, wild picks, like, after Erdrick, and honestly, I'm not believing this leak one bit. The only reason I feel this leak might actually be legit is because he did predict Persona 5R. But other than that, you know, it's really hard for me to believe leaks anymore. Like, after the Grinch leak, it's like, yeah, anything can be fake now. Like, literally, you cannot be legit. Like, it's hard for, you know, people to just not fake things. Like, it can always be fake. And that's basically how I stand on this leak. I believe the Erdrick leak, but for some reason, I am not believing this leak. Who knows? I will say, though, I've heard a lot of people say that if Erdrick gets in, that they will believe the leak. However, personally, I believe Erdrick has been a lock way before this post was even made. So, if Ryu Hayabusa gets in, then I will believe this leak. But until then, I still hold my stance, and I'm just not believing it right now. Because, like I said, anything can be faked, no matter how real it may look. And I just hope that's a lesson that you guys can learn, because that's something I learned after believing in the Grinch leak. I was for certain that leak was real, and then once the November 1st Direct, it basically debunked the entire thing. It revealed Isaac and Shadow as assist trophies. It revealed Incineroar. Geno was deconfirmed as a spirit. So basically, it just debunked the whole thing, like basically throughout the entire Direct. And here we are now, and now we have another big leak that a lot of people are believing. But like I said, just take this with a huge grain of salt, because you never know when something can be faked. And it's just hard for me to believe leaks anymore. But yeah, that's basically it. So anyways, what do you guys think about this leak? Do you guys believe it, or do you guys not? Tell me in the comments down below, and I would love to hear it. Anyways, this has been Enigma, and peace. See you next time.